I was the new girl in town, the freshman in a strange school, and apparently the only ginger person in the city. My mother proudly carried her dark hair around, whereas I could not hide my father's ginger mane even if I wanted to. And I did want that, especially after he left us for another woman. That's why we moved here. This new beginning felt like a slap in the face of my confidence and faith in humanity. We were hiding, running away from the shame he put us through, and I had to remember his stupid face every time I looked at myself in the mirror. Maybe that was a bit of drama, but I was only 14, and my world was suddenly as steady as an earthquake. Right when I first stepped into my new school, I stumbled upon Amanda, who ran all over my moody face and personal walls with her Brazilian unstoppable energy. It's been one day in my new life, and she seemed eager to stay with me, talking without any restraints or consideration. I cringed and scowled at her, but she didn't seem to mind while walking next to me to class and openly sharing the gossip of the classmates. I didn't want any friends, though. I was still feeling cheated by humanity. I wanted to rebel and be alone forever, so I decided I was going to try and push the brunette out of my sight and isolate myself from the world, because there was no good in having people around you who could betray and hurt you. I knew I never wanted to feel like that anymore. There would be no more space for my stupid father or false friends to make me cry. But she did not leave me alone, even when I put my headphones on. She just snapped them out and continued talking about silly people from the stupid school. The more I rolled my eyes, the more she laughed. And she just wouldn't stop talking. At some point that day, I caught myself listening and paying attention. At another, I accidentally laughed. I shook myself out of it immediately, but she noticed. Amanda stayed next to me the whole time on my first day in a new school, so I reconsidered giving her a chance. Maybe she was the one who needed me, I thought. Then, all too quickly, it was the end of the day, and Amanda's brother was waiting outside the school doors in a nice car waiting to pick her up. She was babbling about him, his legacy around the very same school we were attending, about all the chaos and booze and girls he managed to date last year before he ended school. And I knew, despite what she was saying, that he was worse now than in high school. I was staring hard and only realized it when we were too close and his eyes zoomed down my body and up to my eyes again. I felt goosebumps all over my skin and had an ethereal experience right there when he smiled at me. Then he opened his damned mouth. "Who's the kid?" he asked his sister. I blinked slowly, and then once again, registering his words. I felt my whole face harden, and was about to give him the most sordid reply I could think when movement got my attention in the driver's seat, finally allowing me to notice that he came with his friend, who was also staring at me. "Aren't you going to cause trouble in high school?" the idiot said, and I rolled my eyes so hard I felt I must have broken some eye nerve or something. Amanda started arguing with them, but I simply turned and walked to my bike, furious with the reaction a dickhead like that could have caused on me. I was the nerd, the rejected kid in the school, the four eyes, the carrot top, the teacher's favorite. I studied hard because I couldn't accept anything less than perfection. Those two were in another league altogether, one I despised and ignored. Then how on earth have I got into a trance from a moron like that? If that's puberty, I pass, I whispered to myself as I moved down the road, opposite the direction where Amanda was calling my name near their stupid car. Yeah, I knew better than not to stick with my plan and to be left alone for good.